Hare Krishna, International Society for Krishna Consciousness welcomes all of you for this most wonderful Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is. 18th chapter, 18 days, 18th session, 15th chapter, 15th day, 15th session. Please accept the blessings of Sri Sri Radha Gopinathji and mercy of His Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srimad Bhagavad Gita means beautiful song of God. Srimad means beautiful. Srimad means beautiful. Bhagavad means God. And Gita means song. Srimad Bhagavad Gita means beautiful song of God. I would say it's a beautiful song of love from heart of the God. Where he says, please come and back to me, be happy, be fearless, be be full of love. To be unhappy is unnatural. To be have hatred is unnatural. To be in fear is unnatural. So Krishna is welcoming all of us. The song of love. In the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we saw Arjuna was disturbed because he had a plan which is different from Krishna's plan. That was because he was not able to understand who is he. He was saying, I am Pandava. Krishna said, wait a minute, I will tell you, you are not Pandava, you are. So that was in second chapter. Arjuna was not able to understand the plan of the Lord because he did not know he was and who was his real enemy. Krishna said, wait a minute, I will tell you in the third chapter that lust, anger, greed is your real enemy. Arjuna was not knowing the plan of the Lord because he was thinking he was mm, Pandava and he was thinking Kaurava is enemy and he was thinking Pandavas are my allies and friends. Krishna said, wait a minute, your real friend is uh, uh, the spiritual master and the fifth chapter says, Bhokta Ramega Tapasan and Krishna is our real friend. When we understand that I am a soul and lust is our real problem, lust and anger is real problem, and spiritual master and Krishna is our real friend, then we come to know the plan of the Lord. Then there is one-pointed focus and concentrate on only the plan of the Lord. And that is Dhyan Yoga. That is the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is art of living. The 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is art of dying. And the fifth, 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is art of loving. And 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is art of seeing Krishna everywhere. And 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is art of feeling Krishna everywhere. And 12th chapter is art of devotion. 13th chapter is see uh, uh, everything and see everybody and with these eyes and eyes of Bhagavad Gita, see the body and in the body and see the soul and the super soul inside the body. And in the 14th chapter, Krishna says, see everybody and now see how they are been manipulated by the three ropes, Rajagun, Tamagun, and Satagun. And in this 15th chapter, which is very amazing, Krishna says, see everything, see inside and outside, see inside Krishna, my Krishna in the heart, in the stomach, and see outside Krishna how he controls the whole universe and the creation. The 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita is very amazing, simply wonderful. It's called Purushottam Yoga, and it's called Purushottam Yoga. So let us right away dive into the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Um, For better understanding and easy assimilation of the subject matter, we will have the session in the following manner. So phase one, we will talk about the material world and also the spiritual world. And phase two, we'll talk about how the uh, um, how the living entities are struggling in the material world. And phase three, we see how Krishna is the maintainer of this world. And we phase four, we'll see the summary of the Vedas and the Vedanta, 16, 17, and 18. And phase five, we know by knowing Krishna, we can know everything. Mm, conclusion and question answer. This 15th chapter is very easy and very simple and very pure, very amazing, transcendental, very blissful, peaceful, and simply wonderful. Let us right away dive into the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Mm. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Once again, Krishna says Sri Bhagavan Vacha. Sri means beautiful, and Bhagavan means the most important person. Sri Bhagavan Vacha means a beautiful, important person is speaking. That is something beautiful and important is going to be spoken. That means we should pay utmost importance because this will make our lives simply beautiful and uh, wonderful and important. Urdamulaadashakam aswatham pravaravyamyam chandansi yasya parnani yastam veda sa veda ved. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, there is an imperishable banyan tree which has got a root upward and branch downward. This world is actually is referred by Krishna as the inverted banyan tree. That is that means there is a banyan tree which is which is words, and that's the real banyan tree. That is the spiritual world, and the reflection of that uh, spiritual world is the material world. This world is called as a mad world. Um, in this world, uh, we uh, we by constitutional position is to be servant, and Krishna is our master. But in this world, we want to become. Well, in this world, we want to become boss,
பால்
boss,
என்ன
boss.
என்ன சாப்பாடு
We want to become
என்ன சாப்பாடு
boss on the boss.
காலையில
Actually, we are dasa, but we want to become bossa. Huh? Our constitution position is das, servant. In the spiritual world, every living entity is Radharani. Everybody is thinking, I am servant, I am servant, I am servant. And in this material world, everybody is thinking, I am boss, I am boss, I am boss. That's why it's a this is called as a reflected banyan tree with roots upward and branch downward. And and in this tree, in this world, there are the Vedic hymns, which is considered to be the leaves of the leaves of the banyan tree. And one who knows the tree, that means one who knows this material world is a place of suffering, and he knows the Vedas. Simple as that. Because the material world is inverted because everybody actually is a servant, but we think uh, we are a master, and Krishna is the master, and we make Krishna the servant. Please give me this, please give me that. And the Vedic hymns are the Vedic hymns are there, which helps us to understand the position. But uh, uh, in this world, everybody is suffering, and that is the reflection of the spiritual world where everybody is happy. So one who knows this material world is a reflected perversion of the spiritual world, actually knows the Vedas. Uh, Adacha urdam प्रसृष्टास् तस्य साका गुणप्रवृढा विषयप्रबला अधश्चामूलम् यन् अनुसन्ततानि कर्मानुबन्धनि मनुष्यलोके. The branches of the tree goes upwards and downwards, actually. And the living entity sometimes goes to this heavenly planet, sometimes to the lower planets, and sometimes to hell. And in this way, the living entity, because sometimes when he's in the mode of goodness, he is thinking good, and he goes to the good planets. When he's in mode of passion and ignorance, he thinks bad, and he goes to the bad planets, to hell and etc. So in this way, the branches of the tree goes upwards and downwards, nourished by the three modes of natural nature, and the twigs of the and the senses actually are making us go here and there. Mm, the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, yeah, we get attracted to the objects. Eyes get attracted to beautiful forms, the ears attracted to the beautiful sound, nose to sound, and in this way we go up and down in this world, and that and we are so bound to by we get so infatuated and mesmerized in this material world that we don't know that we are not even able to understand that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and there is something called as spiritual world. न रूपम अस्य तत्त्वप्लाव्यते नान्तो न चादिर्न च सम्प्रतिष्ठा अस्वतामेन सुविरुडमूलम् असङ्कशस्त्रेण दृढेन चित्वा. So we get so entangled in this material world, so entangled in this material world that we don't know where did we take come from and where we are supposed to come, and we don't know when did we actually come to this material world, and will be is there any end to this material world? But the suffering is so much that we should take a vow to put an end to this material world. Aswadhamena surda subira moolam. And asanga sasana, with the sword of detachment, with the sword of detachment, we should become a sword of detachment. We should say no to this material world, material sense gratification, material relation, material attachment, and try to come back to Godhead. That is the only way. Tata padam ta, till now, the description of material world, which is full of suffering, but then we should cut off our connection from now onwards. I will not not do anything material. We should cut off. Once a man was in a boat ship and he fell down, and everybody was saying, "Come up, come up, come up." Somebody pushed him, but he said, "Yes, yes." They were saying, "Help, help, help." But somebody put a rope. He said, "I will come up. I will come up only when if I come to know who is the fellow who's pushed me." You stupid fellow! You should first catch the rope and come up. Otherwise, you'll fall. Who pushed you? That is a different story. How you came into the water is a different story. First, you take the rope and come up. So here we should be determined, catch the rope of help and come back. We should not think, when did I come? How did I come? Why did I come? First, catch the rope, come up, and let us come to the real world, that is the spiritual world. And this spiritual world is full of bliss, full of peace, full of it's very peaceful, it is very blissful and simply wonderful. So we should be determined to get into this spiritual world. Tata padam tat parimargit स्वयं यस्मिन् गत्वा न निवर्तन्ति भूयः तामेव चाद्यं पुरुषं प्रपद्ये यत प्रवृत्त प्रकृता पुराणी. The real form of the tree cannot be perceived in this world. So we should not worry, when did I come back? Who to put me to the water? We should just catch the rope and come back. No one can understand the beginning and its end. So we should not say, who pushed me? Why did he push me? When did he push me? Arey Baba. We should just catch the rope and get back. Mm, come out of the water and catch the rope and come to the ship. With the determination, one should cut the strongly rooted tree with the weapon of detachment. Therefore, one must seek to come back to the port, the place from which one can never ever return. The spiritual world is so much peaceful, blissful, that full of love, and there is no hatred in this world, which is full of hatred. Nobody is peaceful, and so mm, when we go to that world, nobody ever wants to come back to this material. Yes. Tata padam tat parimargitam yashmin gatva nanivartante. But they don't want to come back. So Tameva Chadim Purshu, and they see the beautiful form of the Supreme Person of Godhead with a beautiful lotus feet with 19 marks in the left and the right, 9 in the left, right, and 11 in right, and beautiful yellow colored dress and a beautiful swam, beautiful uh, navel, beautiful chest with three butts um, and Srivatsa, Kaustuba Mani, and one mala, and beautiful smile, beautiful eyes, and beautiful people feather. In this way, we should be determined to go to the spiritual world. Uh, there is so much bliss that nobody ever wants to come back to this material world again and live happily forever in that. Oh, Krishna, what are the qualifications for a person who wants to go to that world? What kind of devotee makes it to the spiritual world? You want to know that? Arjuna, yes, yes, Krishna. So please listen. Nirmana moha jita sanga dosha adhyatma nitya nivritta kama द्वन्द्वेव मुक्ता सुखदुःखे सञ्जय गच्छन्ति मुदा पदम् अव्ययम् तत्. We should be free. Such a person should understand that Krishna is great, nirmama, nothing belongs to me, and everything belongs to Krishna. I am Krishna. The soul comes from Krishna, and the body comes from Krishna. Everything which is with us is also coming from Krishna. Nirmama, nirahankara. We should we should have no tinge of that whatever I'm doing, actually I'm doing because of Krishna's mercy. The credit should go to Krishna, and we should be free from false association. Those who are uh, those who are making the goal of life the material world, to be in the material world, uh, and for name, fame, glory, and just not understanding the goal of life, that is to love Krishna. We should never ever associate with them. Asanga Sastrena, Didina Chitva. This is this is overemphasized, and it has to be very much emphasized. Asanga Sastrana. We should not associate with people who are not interested in Krishna consciousness. In Nectar of Instruction, this instruction has been repeated in text 3 and text 4. It's very important. This Asanga Sastrana Didina Chitva. And we should associate with those who are eternal, Nirmana Moha Jita Sangha Dosha, and always, always we should endeavor to advance in Krishna consciousness, uh, to upgrade our consciousness, Nitya. Adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama, and we should be free from lust, anger, and greed. Lust means I want more and more and more material pleasure. Lust, anger, and greed. Dvande vimukta, we should be free from all kinds of dualities, happiness or distress, praise or blasphemy, victory or defeat, profit or loss. Whatever situation we are, we should think. Uh, if things are happening the way we want, it's Krishna's mercy. If things is not happening the way we uh, uh, is not happening the way we want, it is Krishna's plan, and Krishna's plan is thousand times, unlimited times better than us. So we should not be bewildered. And so in this way, yeah, Nirman Moha Jita Sangatosha Adhyatma Nitya Vinivritta Dande Vimada Sukha Dukkha Sanjay Gachanti Amuda. Such an intelligent person will go to a place which is imperishable. Wow. Oh, Krishna, what is the. Tell me more about the spiritual world. Arjuna, you are interested about the spiritual? Yes, yes. Na tad bhashayati surya, na shashanko na pavaka, yadgatva na nivartante, tadama paramam mama. The supreme abode of mind is not illumined by sun. There are gems according to Krishna's desire, pastime. They may be bright, or they may be becoming cool. If Krishna wants to dance with the gopis, the sun, the, the lights become dim, and the moon lights become more, and the stars start twinkling. But Krishna wants to go with the gopas, it will be bright and they'll be fine. There is no need of fire and electricity. Everything is by the wish fulfilling stone, Chintamani, Chintamani, Prakarasadmashu Kalpaviksha, Laksha, Vritesha Surabhi, Vyapadiyan, Lakshmi Sahasra Satsang, Govinda Adipush. And that place is so much of bliss, happiness. Even by mistake, one will not think to come to this material world which is full of suffering. There's a saying in Hindi, दूध का जला छाछ भी फूंक फूंक के पीता है. That means they drink when the lips is uh, uh, hurt by the drinking of hot water. That when we see buttermilk which is also white, we think, oh, the, the bad experience so much that we are careful that we blow air and then drink chas. So taking a bitter experience in the material world, coming to the spiritual world, one will never ever come to go to this world. Arjuna understand that spiritual world is mine, so this material world is also mine. How what is happening in this material world, Krishna? Oh, Krishna, Arjuna, understand it's a reflected implication. People are happy in this spiritual world, people are suffering in this world. ममैआंशो जीवलोके जीवभूत सनातना मनसष्टानि इन्द्रियाणि प्राकृष्टानि कर्षति ममैआंश जीवलोके Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Manasasthani Indriyani Prakritvarasthani Gansati. The living entities in this material world, which is also mind, here they are suffering because they want to see themselves as enjoyer. They don't want to see me as the enjoyer. They don't want to see accept me as the master. They want to become the master, which is not the constitutional position. And because of that, they are suffering. They are struggling to become the master, but it cannot happen. They are suffering with the mind and the six senses. Mana, sastani, mind, eyes, nose, ears, skin, and tongue. Man, sastani, indra, and praktisthana fashion. They are suffering. They are going from one body to the another body, and they are not getting the spiritual body. Shariram yadapnoti yakchapyukta kamat Ishvara Gritvaitani Samyati Vayurgandham Ivasate Shariram Yad Apnoti Yachapi Utkramna Ishvara Gritvaitani Samyati Vayurgandham Ivasate. The living entity is thinking sometimes to fly in the sky, sometimes to swim in the water, sometimes to eat meat, and sometimes to be in the land. So there are 84 lakh types of desires for them to stay away from me. They think there are 84 lakh types of ways to be a master, enjoyer, and the controller. That's why there are 84 lakh kinds of species. They have a different desire in this human body. When they think about flying the sky, they get a body of a bird. When this human body, if they misuse and think about just exposing their body, doing bodybuilding and modeling, they get the body of a tree. When they think about swimming and swimming, they get the body of the, they develop the desire of become swimming, then they become aquatic. The living entity in the material world carries the different conceptions, 84 lakhs of conception, and therefore they go from one body to another body, 84 lakhs. Like the air carries the aroma. Sometimes the air is in the rose field, carries the rose fragrance for some time. Then the fragrance is left, and then it goes through garbage and take the garbage uh, 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 fragrance for some time. Similarly, they have a desire to enjoy. So if you fly in the sky, if in 1 or 2 lifetimes they get an opportunity to fly in the sky, then they have desire to eat flesh. In so next few lives they get an opportunity to eat flesh, and in this way they have one desire after another desire, one desire after another desire. Why, Krishna? Why they can? Why do they get that kind of, they get that kind of body by which they can swim or eat meat or just stand in one place, and so this is what happens. Shotram chakshus parshnam rasanam grana एव च अधिष्ठाय मनश्चैवम् विषयानुपसेवते. The living entity thus taking another gross body, and to eat meat they will get that kind of ears, eyes, tongue, nose, sense of touch, and according to that desire which has come in that mind. Thus, he may become a tiger, he may become a cat, he may become a mouse, He may become a bird and he enjoys a particular set of sense objects. Oh Krishna, is there any chance of them to get the spiritual body, go back to the wonderful spiritual world which you have described? Utkramantam sitambapi bhunjanam va gunanvitam vimudananupashyanti पश्यन्ति ज्ञानचक्षुषा. The foolish people, they understand they are suffering. They're suffering. They know they are they are going from one body to another, suffering after suffering. But they don't think I want to be happy, but why I'm suffering? But those who are intelligent, they will think, why am I suffering? Why I don't want old age, but why I'm getting old age? I don't want to have the pain of disease. Why am I having the pain of disease? And they will find a way out. The Paramatma, the super soul, will help them and give them eyes which will train them in knowledge and see all this, and they can come out of it, Arjuna. Yatanta yoginaschainam pashyantaya atmayan avasthitam यतन्तो याप्यकृत आत्मनो नैनं पश्यन्ति यचेतसा. Those who are this enduring transcendentalist, they understand, I want to go back, I want to go back to the spiritual world. They read the scriptures, they go to the sadhus, they go to the spiritual master, and they upgrade their consciousness. They say no to the material world and they say no to the wrong association. But those whose minds are not developed in this transcendental spiritual divine Krishna consciousness, they just think about name, fame, glory, and sense enjoyment in this world is the only source of happiness, and they remain in this world. Oh Krishna, is there possibilities for those who are non-devotees, uh, chance of becoming a devotee? Is there a way in a way that they can understand you? Because those who are not intelligent may not understand the scriptures, but is there a way that they can understand you? Yes, Arjuna, yes, those without knowledge, if they try to use little bit of intelligence and see that I am in a small room with a small bulb, the whole room gets uh, illuminated. To keep the bulb, there is a small electrician. So this whole world is such a big. Uh, when the sun comes, the whole earth gets half of the earth gets illuminated. This big bulb in this big room of earth must be kept by a big electrician, and that big electrician is God. So yadaditya gatam tejo जगद्भाषयति अखिलम् यच्चन्द्रांसि यच्चाग्नो तत्तेजो विधिमामकाम्. The splendor of the sun that dissipates the darkness of the whole world comes from me. And in the night, we put dim light in the room and it gives a soothing effect. When the night comes, the half of the world is getting dim light from moon. The dim light in our room is kept by a small electrician, and the dim light in the sky, which is for the half of the earth, the room, big room of earth, that is must be kept by a big electrician, and that electrician is Krishna. The splendor of the moon, the splendor of the fire. We see when we see fire, we can understand that where is the heat coming from? Who has kept the heat? So we can understand it's coming from Krishna. Gama Vishya cha bhutani daryam yah ojasa oshnami chosadi sarva somabhuta rasatmakam. One can see the galaxy, so many planets, so many stars, so many suns, so many moons. How are they going in a proper, well disciplined pattern in the orbit? There is no chaos, there is no accident. We see the traffic and we see the vehicles going in a very well mannered because there is a traffic controller control this flow of the vehicles. So we understand to control this flow of small vehicles in this small city, we require a small traffic controller. So to see such a big planets, moons, suns, galaxies going in a very organized way, that must be a bigger traffic controller, and that big traffic controller is God. And by my energy they stay in the orbit. And uh, the moon produces a special kind of light by which the the grapes get the juice, sweetness. Mango get the sweet juice. So in this way we understand where is the sweetness of orange coming, mango coming, grapes coming. It's all coming because of from the moon planet. The beautiful nectarian rays are coming. So in this way, if we think, we can think about Krishna. That is outside the body. Inside the body, and we can see that, and we can see that when we are walking, it is actually sand particles, but the sand particles are kept together because of Krishna, so that we can walk. If the sand particles is not kept together, we cannot even stand. The sand will separate and will fall. So, but Krishna is holding it together, the planets together, and seeing the rotation together. So, if we just contemplate little bit, we can appreciate uh, the presence of God. This is outside the body. The moon is producing wonderful vegetables, and we are eating them. How they are digested inside? It is by my presence. Aham Vaishvanara Bhutva Praninam Deham Ashrita Pranapana Samayuktam Pachami Annam Chaturvida. Outside the body, we eat. We know how to eat, but we don't know how the food is digested. Um, the fire of the digestion is for all the living beings comes from me. And uh, there are four kinds of eating vegetables, uh, which there are 10 kinds of life here, uh, five major and five minor. They help in digestion, and that all comes from Krishna. And the fire of digestion is called Vaishwan Ara. And Bhima had another fire which is called uh, Vrika, where he could eat 20,000 elephants food single time. So four kind of uh, uh, food stuffs we eat. Those which is chewed, like we chew the rice, and those which is licked, like we lick the honey, and those which is sucked, like we suck the uh, achar, pickles, and those which is drunk, like we drink the buttermilk. Chaturveda Sri Bhagavat Prasado Sadhanatri tam hari bhakta sangha. Viptim bhajata sadeva vande guru shri charanarvindam. That's why whenever we drink water, we eat, we should eat with right hand, it's and respect. And if we eat with left hand, it is scripture says that we get the same punishment of drinking liquor. So drinking liquor is a sin, greatest of the sin, and the punishment is very horrible. Our relation gets spoiled. We don't understand things as they are. सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निवेष्टो मतस्मृतिर्ज्ञान अपोहनं च वेदे च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद् वेदविद् चाहम्. I am situated in the heart, and from me comes the remembrance. When Krishna Paramatma says that we want to understand the truth, I don't want to suffer, then the remembrance of Krishna comes. Knowledge of Krishna's pastimes come. Knowledge of Krishna's name comes. Knowledge of Krishna's beauty form comes, and knowledge of Krishna's pastimes come, and his quality comes. And when we think that I don't want to, I hate Krishna because of our suffering, then he will give forgetfulness. There's nothing called, called as God. So remembrance, knowledge, and forgetful comes from Krishna. This is for the non-devotees, and for the devotees, I also come like the Vedas. By the Vedas, I am to be known, and I am the compiler of the Vedas, Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Veda. So, compiler of Veda is Vedvyas Muni, and from the Vedas we should know, we should surrender our life to Krishna, and Krishna knows the Vedas, and he teaches it to Brahma. Brahma teaches to the Guru Parampara to others. Oh Krishna, you are saying from the Vedas you are to be known, and you are the knower of the Vedas, and you are the compiler of the Vedas. So tell me, what is the essence of the Vedas? What is you? Uh, What is the essence of the Vedas? Please tell me. Doima Purusho Loke Sarakshara Evacha Sara Sarvani Bhutani Kutastha Akshara Uchate. The essence of the Vedas. Please understand, Arjuna. I will tell you in three sloka, which is called as three sloki Veda. In this world, there are two kinds of living entities. One, the fallible, in, and other is infallible. Shar means fallible, Akshar means infallible. In the spiritual world, the living entities, they never forget me as the master, enjoyer, and the proprietor. And in the material world, people forget that I am the master, proprietor, and the enjoyer. In the material world, living entities, they uh, succumb to lust, anger, and greed. And the spiritual world, they don't get succumb to lust, anger, and greed. Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya, says that he never ever forgot Krishna, and his spiritual master never ever forgot Krishna. So they are from the spiritual world. This is a simple. So we forgot, sometimes remember Krishna. So that's the difference. Shara Akshara. Apart from those two kinds of living entities, Uttamaha Purushas Anya Param Atme Yudahita Yolokatraya Abhishya Partayavyai Ishvara. Beside these two, Shar and Akshar, that is the greatest living personality. The the super soul. The Lord is imperishable, who enters as Shirodaksha Vishnu into every atom, and is always with every living being as a super soul, and is maintaining the whole world. Yashma अतीतोऽहम् अक्षरदापि च उत्तमम् अतो अस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रतीत पुरुषोत्तमम्. Because I am transcendental both to the fallible and the infallible, and because the super soul is greatest, he is celebrated and known in this world as Purushottam. Krishna is the greatest among all the living entities. That is called Purushottam. And that's why he is not only by quality he is Purushottam, and by name he is also Purushottam. He is Purushottam and he possesses the quality of Purushottam. It is not that he is Purushottam for name's sake. In this world, sometimes people have the name as Ashwa um, uh, Karna, like person. Ashwa means horse, like ears, but the name is Ashwakarna, but the ears is not like somebody may be called as is blind, but he may call himself as Padma Nayan. But Krishna is got that name and quality the same. Once a man, his name was Tan Gopal, very rich man. His wife was angry. Hey, why do you, what kind of name you have? Tan Gopal. Why don't you change? And people are making fun of me. He said, no, lady, I don't have any time to waste and I have to make a lot of money. Why are you worried so much? I am making so much money. And what is there in name? He said, no, I don't like this name, Tan Gopal. She said, if you don't change the name, I will go. He said, see, I don't have time, so I'm going. So she walks, and as she is walking, she's seeing somebody, mm, a dead body coming, and everybody's saying, Ram Nam Satya Hai, Ram Nam Satya Hai, Ram Nam Satya Hai. She asks, who is that? You don't know? It's our neighborhood. His name is Amar. He said, what? Amar? Amar. That means immortal. Amar, mar gaya. That is immortal has become dead. So she says, then she ended, what is that in name? At least my husband is Tantan Gopal, but he's uh, rich. Tantan Gopal means pauper, but he's rich. Then she walks and then she meets a blind man and a beggar, and he says, Ma, जो देगा उसका भी भला जो ना देगा उसका भी भला. Said, okay, please take this money, don't worry. What is your good name? He says, my name is Lakshmipati. What? Lakshmipati? And you are beggar. So, Lakshmipati means husband of goddesses of fortune. Lakshmi should be very rich, but he's a beggar. Then she understands what is that in name. At least my husband is Tantan Gopal. That means pauper, but uh, he is really rich. Then she walks. Then he finds a blind man. Please help me. Please help me. Then he says, "Oh, I will take you." And he says, "What is your name?" He says that my name is Padmalochan. I'm Padmalochan, lotus eyed, and you are blind. Then she understands. At least my husband is better. He is Tantan Gopal, but he's having money. In this world, there's uh, what is there in the name? The reality is uh, something different. Somebody is Padmalochan but is blind. Somebody is Ashwakarna but his horse is not, ears is not like horse. Is Lakshmipati but blind. So she comes back. So in this world, we find that the name and the quality does not of the person does not match. But in Krishna, Krishna is the greatest and he is, the name is also, that's why the name, he is called as the greatest because he has the quality of being the greatest. Mm. He is greatest in beauty, greatest in knowledge, greatest in strength, greatest in fame, greatest in uh, 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 wealth, and greatest in renunciation also. That's why Purushottama. And anybody who knows this truth knows everything. Yo mam evam asammudo janam janati purushottamam sa sarva vida bhajanti ma sarvabhavena bharata. Whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of God, Purushottam, without doubt is knower of everything. Because we know Krishna, we fall in love with Krishna, and when we fall in love with Krishna, we'll serve Krishna, and when we serve Krishna, unlimited Krishna will give the knowledge. Tesham satatayuktanam bhajantam pritipurvakam dadami buddhiyam. And you will know everything. Without doubt, he will know everything. How to love Krishna, how to advance in Krishna. And therefore he engaged completely in his service of Krishna. Iti guhyatamam shastram idam uktva maya anaga etad buddhadva buddhimanasya kritasya bharata. This is the most confidential part of the scriptures. O sinless was Anaga, it is disclosed now by me. Whoever understands this becomes wise and his endeavor will know perfection. So this is the most confidential part, that Krishna is the greatest. In this world, everybody thinks, I am great, I am great. And people in illusion feels, oh, he must be great or she must be great. But Krishna is telling clearly, I am great, is the most confidential part. And whoever knows this, their life becomes perfect and they be happy and make others happy. So understanding this, Purushottam Yoga, this world is mad, 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 mad world where people consider Krishna the master to be a servant, and we being servant, we want to become master, proprietor, and enjoyer. This world is a perverted reflection of the spiritual world where everybody is blissful and happy, and we are suffering in this world. It's a topsy-turvy. So we should make full endeavor from now till our death that I will practice Krishna consciousness. I will surrender complete to Srila Prabhupada, read, study Prabhupada books, distribute Prabhupada books, be a better devotee and make others devotee, make my life successful, please Prabhupada and Gurudev, and thus bring, make, attain the goal of life. Hare Krishna.